The federal occupation of DC continues, and now they are arresting black residents who are fighting back. One of my mutuals, Afeni, has been arrested after being brutalized by police for simply recording occupying forces in her neighborhood and in her community as she is trying to fight back. And the thing is, when I first said or talked about this occupation, I'm like, people are not going to know why this is a big deal. This is a big deal because you have federal agents at the will of Donald Trump occupying black neighborhoods in an attempt to ethnically cleanse them. And the beautiful part about this whole entire ugly thing is that people are fighting the fuck back. One, because they're fed up, and two, because they're not going to take this occupation. And now one of our greatest fighters is locked up after being brutalized, and she needs our help. If you are in the Washington, D.C. area, there is a call to action at 1 p.m. today. Get down there, offer support for Afeni, shroud her in a lot of love. We need to fight for our fighters as they are fighting for us.
I want people to know that this is a fascist takeover of DC, and that our youth are going to be directly impacted by this.
Get out of the way.
It doesn't fucking matter about me. I will be fine. Our kids will not be.
This video really pissed me off this morning. Everything we've been told about harsh and unusual punishment, either A, don't apply during fascist takeover, or B, has never applied to black women. The woman y'all see in that video being arrested is Afeni, and on my grandfather's grave, she 10 toes down for the struggle. Roll the clip. Afeni was lawfully recording the interaction between Metro Police and 3 DC youth. Afeni paid her fare into the turnstile to get a better view of the cops interrogating. Within 5 minutes, they had drastically escalated, and they had put a boot in her face and sprayed her with pepper spray. The community alert. Tonight, the Metro Transit violently escalated and began to stop as an illegal fare evasion. Afeni was taken to the Howard University Hospital for the treatment of her injuries. We're awaiting updates on her condition and demand her immediate release. We're calling the community to show up for Afeni with love, solidarity, and presence. Free her. Sorry I was trying to read it fast for y'all, but I hope y'all paying attention. American citizens are having the military sicked on them in their city of residence because the president manufactured a narrative around crime. And because individuals believe that black folks are inherently criminal, everybody bought into the narrative. Everybody that matters anyway. Afeni, that black woman, was there protecting the youth. When she went to jail, no matter how much hurt she was in, no matter how much pepper spray was in her eyes, she still was talking about the youth. Calling all black liberals, all black leftists, all the ADOS, all the FBA, all the Hebrew Israelites, all of the groups about the black shit. Where we at? We gonna let the orange man brutalize our community while we argue about theory, policy, and philosophy? What we doing? Lastly, if they give her a bond, I definitely got some money on sis bond. Do you? Education is elevation, y'all. Let's lock in.
All of you. This budget is going to kill our fucking neighbors. You have shown that you prioritize billionaires, that you prioritize special developers, that you prioritize special interests. And shame on you. Your lack of courage will lead to the death of this district residents. You should do your job. You should do your job. Do your job. If you want to be as popular as you need, then fucking act like it.
Do you see that the activist Afeni is free after she was pepper sprayed and violently detained by the DC Metro Police for trying to protect kids? If you hadn't heard the story, Afeni was at the Navy Yard station trying to make sure that police officers were not intimidating young people, making sure that the kids were safe and that they knew their rights. The cops did not like the fact that she was filming them, so they started harassing and intimidating her. The cops tackled Afeni to the ground and pepper sprayed her directly in the eyes. And listen to the message she had while she was being dragged away, still in pain. Listen.
I want people to know that this is a fascist takeover of DC, and that our youth are going to be directly impacted by this.
Get out of the way.
It doesn't fucking matter about me. I will be fine. Our kids will not.
This is the kind of act of rebellion. This is the kind of person that goes down in the history books for their valor and their insight. I am so happy that she is free and she is able to go back home. And I'm also so happy to see all the people who rallied behind her. People from all walks of life, black activists, Latino activists, allies, LGBTQ members, everyone was there. This is a moment where we all have to unite. It is the people versus this fascist government. And we have to start listening and learning from black women, black activists who have been trying to warn us about this kind of government. Afeni did give a small speech after she was free, talking about how appreciative she is of the support, and she will talk to the community more after she has rested, which she very much deserves.
She's brave and well-spoken for sure. And the reason why it's hundreds of people out there is because her work impacts that many people. Her work is seen and valued by that many people. Regardless of what a lot of y'all say on the internet, how a lot of y'all who be bitching on the internet, who only got energy for criticizing folks that's doing work, but never putting in work, y'all will never be able to deny the impact of somebody, what they doing in real life. I'm glad she's free. I'm glad she's free. The reason why she said that she would be okay, but our kids wouldn't, because she knew she probably was gonna get out. But our kids, man.
I seen someone say that Afeni is the next human rights activist, right? And if you don't know, Afeni is a activist from DC. And what we can't do is individualize the work of collective movements. And I was just reading Angela Davis's book, Freedom is a Constant Struggle, and she opens the book up with this. Huey P. Newton, Malcolm, Martin Luther King, they were not individuals in the movement to Black liberation. They were people who were positioned to be that, but individualism, as we know, is a virus, quite literally, because it's a part of capitalist culture. And if we were to position someone like Afeni as being the next Black human rights activist that we've been waiting for, we're quite literally taking ourselves and the collective work it takes to gain liberation out of the equation, and we're making it actually quite dangerous for Afeni. We cannot do that, okay? Freedom is a constant collective struggle. We cannot position someone as being our savior. Afeni is not our savior, right? Beautiful Black woman, beautiful work. But if you want to celebrate her, you celebrate her by joining the movement, right? She's a part of the collective work of Black liberation movements that are established and run and forged by collectives, not individuals.
What I want for myself and for my people is full fucking liberation. I want self-determination. I want to go back to indigenous ways of land stewardship and reciprocity. I want to go back to ways of governance that actually edify the communalism that is rooted within our ancestral being as Black people. That's what I see for ourselves. And God forbid a nigga has some motherfucking vision that I can imagine myself outside of the confines of the capitalist system that white people have told me is acceptable and respectable. Excuse me for wanting more than a capitalist system that says that we are not good enough to be full fucking human beings on this land. I have no desire to assimilate into that system, baby. I dream bigger for myself, and so should you. I love all Black people, including y'all. I love my people so much that I refuse to accept that my wealth and that my comfort needs to be built on the backs of the Black people and the African people of the global South. I love my people so much that I can imagine them outside of a country and an identity that has never actually been for them in the first place. I love my people enough to love all of my people, no matter where they are. Because we are all sharing a common enemy in this motherfucker. And it ain't nobody that looks like me and you.
If your parasocial relationship to the discourses and the beef that happened on this fucking app haven't got shaken up before now, it should definitely be shaken up now based off what happened to Afeni. It should be shook the fuck up. All that leftist liberal bullshit that we want to fucking talk about and still argue about, and if Kamala Harris was president, all that shit needs to go out the fucking window, because some of these content creators that you've been following thinking that they just yapping their mouth are actually out there in the streets. Some of us are actually out there in the streets, like some of us have been telling y'all, right? That this stuff that happens on the app, the arguments that happen on the app, whoop-de-whoop, people are out there on the streets. Yeah, I'm about to get hot. For all you people who say that it is just arguing on TikTok and what's happening on TikTok ain't gonna go in sociological history books and ain't gonna go on social sciences, political history books, you know who's watching what's happening on TikTok and social media? Them, the powers that be, the government, the motherfucking police state, the folks who are making the list are watching people who are leaders on this app. They're watching people who are leaders on this app who have thought-provoking things to say about them and who are leaders in the street. Those two have to coincide. V already made a video saying this, one that I reposted, but they absolutely knew who Afeni was. They know who Afeni is. The same way that they know who Elizabeth Booker Houston is. The same way that they know who Monique Black Belt Bay is. The same way I know for facts certain folks know who I am. Some of these discourses, beefs, whatever that are happening on the internet, on social media, people are doing in real life. They're living that in real time. They are on the literal ground. Liberal and leftist alike, mind you. Mind you, if some of these folks aren't on the ground yet in the same way, right? Their people are going to start to be. Some of the content creators you see who talk about this shit are going to be on the ground, but the folks that stay the people in power are going to already know who they are, and they're going to be targeted while they're on the ground. They're going to be targeted. And you need to ask yourself if the discourse you're saying online is something that the state is going to target. That's how you know the discourse you're saying, the opinions you're having, the shit that the table that you're shaking is the right one. Is the right one. And that's how you know you're actually making moves, because they know the powerful voices online and offline, and they're gonna be able to know and see the powerful voices that maybe just exist online right now the moment they become offline and they start showing up in these spaces. The reason why I brought parasocialness into it is because a lot of us feel we lack realizing the tangible nature of some of this shit, because it be staying online or be staying on an FYP, on a timeline, etc. Are we ready to show up for creators, for people who are thought leaders, thought provokers, who share the news on here? Are we ready to show up for the people who are not just provoking online, but provoking the state online? Not just having arguments to be, but provoking power. Not just provoking online, but provoking in real life. Provoking on the ground. We've heard their thoughts. We've seen their podcasts. We've seen them with a mic. We've seen them get into beef with people or whatever, or argue around the same discourse. Are we ready to show up for them? Because the way people showed up and showed out for Afeni is exactly what we need to do every single time. And that's going to be more than a like, than a comment, than a repost, than a retweet.